Okay, look, the city is flying. We're fighting an army of robots. And I have a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense.
Whosoever hears this audio, if they be worthy, shall possess the inside human and superhuman abilities of the world's mightiest metahumans. Accompanying this journey of high-quality nerd commentary, you got my man Colton, a.k.a. Pizza Parker. Talk to the people.
Yo, it's your boy Colton, a.k.a. Hawkeye, nigga, because we put niggas in the dirt.
Nice. We also have the greatest engineer in the entire multiverse, my man Gas. Say what's up.
What's going on? What's up?
Yep. And, it's your boy Dennis, a.k.a. Old Dirty Dennis, a.k.a. Martin Luther Kingpin, feel me? Martin had a scheme, aka Hawkeye with the Eagles. You heard? Know what I mean? Y'all on them bows and arrows, nigga. We on them Glocks and bone arrows, nigga. Aka Yelena, aka Haley Seinfeld. What's the deal with arrows anyway? Aka when I was a boy.
When I was a boy.
So what's going on, fellas? How you doing? Welcome to another, fantastic episode of the Mighty Metahumans podcast. How you fellas feeling? What's up?
I feel amazing.
Yeah?
Brother, we doing another episode, man.
Another episode.
Consistent.
Yeah. Love that. Love to see it. Love that for us.
Feel me?
So, this week we're going to talk about Hawkeye.
Man.
I'm
gonna give my overall.
Yeah. Just give me
feeling.
Just frame it for me.
Okay, so Hawkeye started.
Mm-hmm.
Before Hawkeye started, I'm gonna give y'all the journey of Colton.
Take us on the journey, bro.
We gonna go before that.
Okay.
So I watched all the Marvel movies.
Okay.
I seen Hawkeye do his thing. He became Dominican in Endgame. He had the cut. He was killing people of color.
Okay.
And criminals, but people of color. He was wilding. He was sad about it. His family died and shit. They was snapped away. They came back. Now he got something to live for, but he got to live with that regret.
Yeah.
Me and my friends always argued about it because my argument was, okay, so I want to hear y'all answer about this because this was the argument that niggas used to have.
Right.
So Ronan went on his spree, wild on niggas, killed mad people like in the underground that was doing fucked up shit.
Uh-huh. And
a lot of my homies and other people thought that the Avengers should have yelled at him about it before and my answer is, nigga, Thanos? Like, nigga, we have bigger things to do. We can yell at this nigga after. Yeah. We don't have to yell at him right now. He'll have to deal with that at some point. But like right now, I don't think is the time during Endgame. And I remember having that argument with like a lot of my homies about that shit. And then I was like, I'm sure when his show comes, we'll deal with that shit.
Yeah.
I also didn't care about the show.
Okay.
I kept saying, this shit looks like some Home Alone shit. Keep that. Pin that. This shit looks like some Home Alone shit. I don't really care about it. Right. I was late. I wasn't there every fucking premiere, and I binged like 4 of the episodes. And I was like, oh my God, this is good.
Yeah.
This is amazing. I actually very much enjoy this. This is fucking crazy. Like, it was Home Alone.
Yeah.
But for adults. And it was amazing. Kate Bishop did great. Echo did great. Hawkeye did great. Kingpin did great. I felt like it was the perfect balance of funny and seriousness. It the action was like a kind of fucking fire. Like the scene with the Pym arrow is like one of my favorite shits.
We gonna go into the details.
We're gonna details of that. But like, I just remember watching it from the start to the finish and being like, I really enjoyed this shit. I just wished it was longer because then it would get more points out of me. So out of 5, I would give Hawkeye a 3.8.
Okay, so here's my before I even jump into that, to answer your first question about them talking about Ronan doing all the killing and blah blah blah. What are your friends' thoughts on the Punisher?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Because he literally was just the Punisher with the sword. Like he kills criminals. He wasn't killing like civilians.
He was killing people that was sex trafficking.
Yeah, he killed off villains that were doing like evil shit, and basically made the world a better place. So unless they hate the Punisher too, like, what do you want from Hawkeye? Like,
how you feel, Gas? Like, I feel like that's not the time if we gotta save the
and
fucking
that too.
universe.
There's a lot of stuff they should have checked before, but they didn't. So
True.
it's like a whatever type situation.
Yeah, dead ass. And not only was Hawkeye, but there was a whole bunch of other niggas who was on the run and fucking wilding.
Exactly.
So it's like, y'all gotta check everybody simultaneously while we're trying to save the fucking universe.
We're learning about time travel. Like, we kind of
Nigga,
got bigger things to
we
worry
have
about right now.
other shit to worry about.
So
And
like
that's pretty
complaining
much
like,
it.
oh my god, like he lost his family and he kills criminals. Okay, well that's literally the story of the Punisher. Like,
Yeah.
like,
So I mean, hey, but yeah, let's get into Hawkeye.
okay, so all right, so I got my first question for you, based on everything that you said. Does the series change your perspective of Hawkeye now? Like, how do you like whatever you felt about him before the series? Do you feel like that now? And I don't mean maybe his personal story.
Because I always felt like Hawkeye was cool. Like I felt like people had I felt like the show was pretty meta and showing how much people really kind of don't care about Hawkeye.
Yeah.
How much people kind of shit on Hawkeye, and like, and it's one of those things where I'm just like, if y'all like Black Widow, y'all have to like Hawkeye. They're the same person. They're
Exactly.
like kind of basically counterparts. So I don't know why y'all kind of hate this nigga. I feel like my opinion on him didn't change. Like I just like that they actually gave him some shit where he can be a nigga. Like
Right.
he can be his own person. And like I really fuck with Kate.
I felt like he was more fleshed out now.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had like emotion. Like when he did that shit where he went to like Penn Station.
Facts.
I was talking about talking to Natasha or whatever about he got to go back and do this evil shit that he don't want to do no more. Like I felt like they made him a person now. Because before it was just like he's the nigga that sits all the way up there, that scopes out and like shoots arrows. Like
And he also be the nigga that's like, I'm dipping. I'm going to see my family.
Yeah, exactly. And even then, it was just like, yo, you got a family? Like, it was just like, you know what I'm saying? I felt like they did like a real good job on that. I also felt when it comes to suffering, aside from aside from Thor, like he suffered.
Yeah.
He lost his best friend. He lost his hearing, nigga. Like,
Yeah, OD.
like he suffered like actual consequences. Like Iron Man, before like him dying, this nigga, he leveled up. He got a family.
Nigga had a whole family. He was mad happy. Figured out time travel in 2 seconds.
Time travel, son. Not Thor. Hulk found a balance with his with Banner. Steve, basically nothing bad happened
He's
to Steve.
just
Like he
happy.
just kind of he got lit. And then you have like Hawkeye, where it's just like, yo, I lost my hearing. Like, and they even addressed that. It was just like, yo, how'd you lose it? And they showed every explosion that ever happened,
going through fucking windows.
and it's just like, yo, like,
yes.
this is the result of being just a regular nigga.
Yo,
Like-
you're a human. He's a human being. And I felt like that's what I probably enjoyed, the experience that I probably felt like I enjoyed the most about it, because the entire time he was just like, I am so tired of this shit.
Yeah, like, yo, I'm fighting against androids. There's like niggas that turn green. There's gods here. I'm a regular nigga with a bow and arrow. I shoot really good.
Yo,
And that's all I do.
shit is crazy.
I do want to say before we continue,
Oh,
shout out to Miss Barton. I fuck with his wife. She is like,
You mean Agent Barton?
yeah. Well, see, I was getting to that because it just kind of felt like she did such a great job handling the fact that this nigga fights aliens. Like, she wasn't like, you know, like how they have like the stereotypical like the wife where it's just like, oh my god,
She's
I can't
not
believe
worried.
you. Yeah, like I can't believe you went back and you do all this. Like he was like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna be in the city a little longer. And she was like, all right, well, you need your Glock. Like,
Yo,
what you
facts.
need? Like,
What you
you got
need?
your suit, right? You good? Like,
They don't know about us?
yeah,
Good.
like,
All right, bet.
like, you know, like I'm gonna take care of the kids until you get back. Make sure you kill them niggas and bring home some eggnog on the way.
Facts.
Like, she was like mad chill about everything, and I really fuck with that because she could have been mad annoying. They could have definitely took her down like that stereotype. I can't believe you went back. And
I like the little Easter egg though of when Tony went to her crib. He was like, "This is an agent's house."
yeah,
And dead ass is
She
the
was-
fact.
yeah.
An agent.
Like I really fuck with that.
I mean, of course, that nigga couldn't be with no regular shorty.
Who
son.
would
Like,
understand his life?
He's like dead ass, like, and it's crazy because like even his kids, they be like, I mean, nigga, you kind of saved the universe.
Yeah, like that's fly
I
as
can't
fuck, son.
fucking bother you too much. Like, do your thing, dog. Like,
You fought alien. You fought Thanos, nigga. Like, I'm gonna have to fall back. Like, I'm gonna let you do your thing. Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop.
How
is
do you
fire.
feel about her?
I love Kate Bishop, man. Shouts out Haley Stanfield.
Yes.
Amazing actress. She did her fucking thing. Kate Bishop is mad ambitious. She's mad cool. She's kind of dorky.
Yeah.
She's quirky and shit. Like she's also skilled as fuck.
Yeah.
And like I fuck with her. She's
Yeah.
nice. And I can't wait to see her in future things.
So for me, I felt like she is like two things. I felt like her relationship with him is just like dope. Like he's kind of like the father figure, and she's like the wayward kid. So he's like the grumpy old man, and she's like the young spunky like version of him. So I felt like they took all the things that maybe people didn't like about Hawkeye and made it more fun in a way. Like the fact that, you know, they were like on a getaway, and she called the Uber for them to get away in. Like that was the getaway car, was her calling a fucking Uber. Like small little things like that I just really enjoyed about her. Or like when she was on the elevator and was telling the dude on the elevator that she, you know, about to go help an Avenger. Like real quirky, like meta like style about her that I really fuck with. And I feel like she can carry a show. I feel like she kind of has that personality, and I can't wait to see her interact with the other actual Avengers. Like, imagine her conversation with like Captain America now, or some shit like that. Like, I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like she's like an upgrade. Like, she would be like if we were in the Avengers, my nigga.
Literally, she's just gonna come through and be like, you know, you kind of cool, man. Like, yo,
she gonna pull up to the Avengers compound in an Uber, son. Like,
yo, that ass. She gonna walk up to Black in America and be like, you can fly. That shit is
fucking
hot.
cool, son.
That shit is hot. She's gonna be like, look,
Can I get a
guess what?
picture?
Steve. Steve couldn't fly. She gonna say some shit like that, like Steve
Exactly.
can fly, and you can fly. So,
so I really fuck with her character. She really nailed it. Like, I just feel like she really nailed it. Next up, tell me how you feel about Yelena.
Yelena's dope, man. That's
Yeah,
my Black
buddy.
Widow, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go first. I ain't going to go ahead.
Yelena's dope. That's my Black Widow. I fucked with her since Black Widow, the
Yes.
movie, and she's just so dope, man. She was highly emotional, and I get it because that's her sister. Yeah, man. She, you know, she was just going through it. She real
Thanks.
though. I fuck with. I can't wait till her and Kate team up.
Yes. All right. So me, I want to say she was the star of the show, but she was like the co-star. Like her and Haley did such a fantastic job in multiple scenes. When she pulled up in her crib and she made the macaroni,
Yeah.
and she was just sitting there like, "Yo, you got hot sauce?" And she was just like dumping the shit in, like, "I love this shit. This shit is mad fire." Like, it was such like a regular ass scene, but their chemistry between those two is just fucking fire.
Even
So
the
you know when
elevator scene.
Yes.
The elevator scene was fucking lit. When she was like, "What are you wearing?"
Not even just that. When she went to like press the button, she was like, "Don't."
She was like,
And then she
so
did. She's,
annoying.
so fucking annoying. Like, you could tell they're gonna be like best friends.
OD.
Like, I love their fucking dynamic. Here's a question for you: how long do you think she'll have her accent? Everybody loses their fucking accent in the MCU. After a while, they're just like, "Oh, fuck it, I don't care."
Say 2 movies. It's gone. 2 movies. That shit is
She's gonna be mad regular. Like, they all lose it.
It's probably
Natasha
gonna
lost
be,
it.
Yeah, 2 movies. And
Scarlet lost it. Like, they all lose it eventually.
2 movies and this shit is out of here.
All right. Next person, because we're like really sticking to these strong females in this show, which actually, now that I think about it, is really most of the starring roles for me were women.
For women, yeah, facts.
Like they really did a great job.
And
so,
2 dudes.
Yeah. So the next one for me, Echo. How'd you feel
Echo
about
was dope. I fuck with Echo a lot. They kind of kept it like comic true.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Yeah, I like that a lot actually. Echo was dope, man. I fucked with Echo a lot. I mean, I fucked with Echo.
Yeah.
I know she's
I do. I can see now after watching it that it makes sense for her spinoff series, because I think it's interesting in the fact that not just representation. How do you tell a story with a person that can't speak? Not necessarily that she can't speak, you know what I mean, because she's gonna use sign language. But I mean, like, carrying a storyline that way is very unique to me, because your main star is gonna have to use sign language the entire show.
Sure. And I feel like that'll be a big Kingpin, maybe Daredevil
I can see that
type of situation going on over
that would be
there.
the perfect. And on top of that, going back to the whole representation thing, I think it's just dope. A lot of the characters now, it kind of fits the time that we're in.
Facts.
So like, imagine, you are deaf and you can like look into like a superhero show now and see someone that represents you. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's the same type of thing that I felt like at least some of the people that I know that had kids felt the same way when they saw Into the Spider-Verse and their kids saw Miles. It was like, holy shit, like a black fucking Spider-Man. So imagine seeing like Echo on screen now. It's just like, yo, that represents me. Or the fact that she lost her leg, you know what I'm saying? And like they gave her like the prosthetic leg. And you can see someone that like represents you and isn't weak. You know what I'm saying? Because Echo's a badass. She don't have superpowers in it, but she's still like a fucking badass. And I do feel like that's just a great thing for just like people. You know
Just
what I'm saying?
people in
Like,
general.
yeah,
The
like not even
inclusion is,
outside
like,
of
pretty
like
dope.
comics and shit. Just be able to see something that represents you in a
That
way.
shit's pretty dope.
I think that's just cool to just have some shit like that. Whether it's Marvel, whether it would have been DC, I don't care who it is. I just think that's a fucking cool thing to just have.
That shit is dead. That's amazing.
Moving on. Yelena Bishop, Kate's mom. How'd you feel about Kate's mom?
Big bugging. She where she needs to be. Big bugging. Big bugging. She is where she exactly needs to be.
I can't lie. While watching the series, I forgot at what point it was that I felt like she was the traitor, but it just made so much more sense because they kind of used the whole the trope of the guy being like the goofy, like, oh, it can't be him because he's just like this big doof or whatever.
Yeah, right. Facts.
Yeah, exactly. While the mom is like the evil, not necessarily super evil, but I mean, she did put a hit out on on Clint.
Yeah, she was bugging.
So it's not like she was the nicest fucking person in the world. But I do like the character. I felt like it didn't feel forced in the show. It just felt like just enough where like she's the villain, but they don't have to like duke it out in a way.
True.
Lucky. I'm a sucker for like a cool dog. And
We love the dog. We love
he
Pizza
didn't do
Dog.
too much.
We love Pizza
And
Dog.
exactly. I just thought Lucky was really cool. All right, moving on. Best scenes. Give me some. We go back and forth.
The Pym Arrow.
Okay,
On the
okay,
bridge. The
okay.
bridge chase scene was fucking dope. Fire as fuck.
Yo, the car chasing, just like you said, the
Yeah.
car, like that whole. See, that's the thing, and I'm going back to literally shit on this series because it gives me a perfect example. This is what I'm talking about when we were talking to Cowboy Bebop.
Yo, facts.
Okay,
Big
like
facts.
the fact that they did the warehouse scene to the parking lot to the car to the car chase, where it's just one continuous scene
Seamless.
versus, yo, I punch you twice, cut, and then change like the angle and change the camera. Like it felt like choppy, and that was my problem with Cowboy Bebop versus some shit like this where it just felt like this is mad fire. Like this is one continuous.
It never
fucking
felt
scene.
fake. And
Exactly.
it also felt faithful to what it tried to adopt.
Exactly.
So
And it felt like Hawkeye was a human. And these are things that are possible if you're human. Like,
Big
it never
facts.
felt like, oh my God, like, there's no fucking way anybody would be able to do that. Like, he stayed within he got his ass beat a couple times. He had
facts.
he had the bandages. He had to go get his costume sewn up by like people in mid Manhattan and shit. Like,
OD. Shout out my boy Grills.
yeah, shout out the girls. Like, I felt like that felt grounded for like a hero of his level. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
Yeah.
Iron Man where it's like, oh, I'm gonna build another fucking suit with my $1 billion. Like he
Facts.
just
He was like, let me just take all the arrows I have and we gonna make some Home Alone arrows.
we just gonna figure
That was
some shit
another
out.
one of my favorite scenes when they was just making the arrows and they
Yeah,
was figuring out
boomerang.
like, what they
Shout out to
was gonna do.
boomerang arrows.
From the foreshadowing of them showing the specific arrows to them using it in
Yes.
the ice ring was hard. My other favorite scene was Yelena, not Yelena. Is it Yelena?
I don't know. Tell
Not
me.
Yelena.
What scene?
It was Kate Bishop and Shorty.
What
Kate
scene?
Bishop and Black Widow Shorty.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
When they was like trying to get to Clint when she was trying to kill Clint.
Yeah,
they was
yeah,
chasing
yeah.
each other through the fucking
Yeah.
shit.
Yelena. Yeah. When they were going
Yelena.
through the building,
And that was like one of my like from the elevator when she was like so annoying to like when they was just racing and then
Yes.
she caught her like before she could hit it. She's like, wow. She was like, what the fuck?
She was like, yo, you hit me, man, hard. Like,
she was like, this shit though, like.
She was like, stop, I'm starting to like you.
And I really fucked with that scene. And
Okay.
fucking superhuman Kingpin. What's good with this nigga, son?
Before we jump into Kingpin, because I feel like you could dedicate a couple minutes to that. One of my biggest scenes, and I had to like go back and rewatch it, is her going back to what I was saying about Clint just being like a regular nigga. He just wanted to be with his family. It's Christmas. And this nigga's sitting at home, well, in the stash house or whatever, and Kate comes with like the pizza and shit, and she dressed in like the ugly sweater to give him like a Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just on some like real humble shit, and I felt like that was really dope. But my favorite part was when she asked him what was his favorite shot. He was like the shot he never took, because that was the shot that he didn't kill Natasha with, and that's how they became friends. So the callback to that is when they fought on the roof against Yelena, and she had the shot and she didn't take the shot at Yelena. It was a callback to that scene.
Yeah, that's
because it's just like they're literally showing you this is how they became friends.
Facts.
Because she didn't take the
parallels.
She didn't take the shot that Clint didn't take against Natasha. I thought that was mad fucking fire. It was really like a
dope
sneaky,
parallel.
it was a real sneaky shit that they threw in there. But when I caught it, I was like, "That's fucking fire."
Look at you.
Look at
Figuring
me.
shit out,
Look at
man.
me.
You a
Scorsese,
genius.
nigga.
All right, man. This nigga got the eye. He got the eye for that shit. Yeah.
Let me see. Another great scene is something that I would probably do when they went to Central Park.
Oh,
and they were fighting with the Knights.
The LARPing? I want a LARP,
That
man.
shit is hard,
That shit
son.
looks tough.
I would do some shit
He
like
was
that,
going
son.
in, man. He was like, all right, I'm going to let you smoke me. Get crazy.
And then when he had to be serious, and
My favorite
like,
line.
he literally smoked them niggas like mad chill.
My favorite line. I fought Thanos.
That's what I'm saying. On some humble shit. It's like, yo, I saved the world. Look what I'm doing.
Just think about that, son. Think about that, son. Like, mad people about to watch you lose in LARPing, and you just thinking to yourself, I fight aliens, nigga. Like, niggas have watched me smoke aliens before. Okay. The things I do to get my suit back.
Exactly. That I thought that was like that was like top notch for me. The scene I told you earlier about the Penn Station shit and them showing
facts.
growth. I
Facts.
really like that a lot.
That shit was tough.
Let me see. Honestly, I think those were it for me. And I guess we can we can kind of get into like the big reveal, which was Kingpin.
Yo, first of all,
The biggest reveal, because this nigga was huge.
Is literally the Kingpin from the comic book.
This
that
nigga was
like
thick with two
that they
C's,
say
nigga.
is a human. I don't care what anybody says. They say this nigga is a human. They say Kingpin is a human. First of all, in the comic book, he is 6'7", 450 pounds. And this nigga has ripped a vault door off the hinges before and threw it at Spider-Man. That's his one of his biggest feats.
Yeah.
They are saying that this man is a human being.
They want me to believe that.
This show, this nigga ate an arrow.
Yo, why he do Kate like
pulled
that?
it out, punched Kate through like a
Yo, she was just
15
flying,
feet,
son.
got hit by a car, stood up, got blown up by wild fucking explosions, stood up, fucking ripped the car door off. Did he do that? Did he rip the car door off? I think so. And then got shot in the face in the end. And I'm sure he's going to survive that.
This nigga is a G, son.
It's one of those things where it's like, how you going to tell me this nigga's not some type of superpowered something? How you going to tell me that
And
this
his
is
suit
just
wasn't damaged the
and
whole
his
time,
suit was
son.
not fucked up. And he had the comic accurate suit.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
What-
It looked kind
I
of
was just
funny.
about to say that. Like, Because what makes it funny is if you saw this nigga in the street, you wouldn't say nothing to this nigga.
At
This
all.
nigga would literally demolish you. Son.
Yo, he
but you
was
look absolutely ridiculous in the street.
smacking Kate up, nigga. Yo,
With the
shit
little
was
sombrero,
crazy.
with the little fucking fedora hat
with
on,
the
son.
fedora on. Nigga had on a Steve Harvey fit from 2003. Nigga punching around a teenage girl.
Yo, she was
nigga.
just flying.
She was just
son.
flying.
She was
That
like
shit-
Marv, son.
that shit
Like
made
Home
me-
Alone for real, son.
I really was thinking about it. Like, nigga, there's a 6'5" drug kingpin that could do the work himself if he wanted to, running
real.
around in the city, nigga. This shit is nuts. You know what's crazy? Is I feel bad, and has nothing to do with Hawkeye. I feel bad for when Peter Parker run into this nigga. Because he gonna
curtains for this nigga.
Because Peter's gonna think like,
He's a regular
I
nigga.
have spider senses. Yeah, he's a big dude. I have super strength. Like, I'm gonna be good. And he's gonna ragdoll Peter one time. And Peter gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? And Tom Holland is like 5'8".
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
like, yo, so that shit's gonna be lit. I can't wait. But yeah, man. Damn.
Nah, I thought
Kingpin.
Kingpin was definitely one of the highlights.
Great
for me, 'cause
reveal. Also
it-
comic accurate.
very comic accurate, and I think that is probably one of the things I'm going to enjoy the most because him being kind of like a ground level villain, he's going to have a couple people that he needs to encounter, like Daredevil,
That's a
and I
fact.
just feel like that is just going to be so interesting to see. Because I mean, obviously, by the time you guys hear this, obviously you know Daredevil's a part of the MCU now.
I'm guessing from the energies that I got from the show is that because they said they've announced that the events of the Netflix show did happen, so this is a continuation. So Kingpin and Daredevil definitely know each other. Like,
Yeah,
they definitely don't fuck with each
They
other.
like, you know, the way Marvel has done things so far is they kind of skip origins for shit that we already know.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's already clearly Daredevil from what we saw in No Way Home. Like
Yeah, facts.
he's
I'm just a good lawyer.
yeah, like he's clearly Daredevil. Kingpin is clearly Kingpin. They probably fought
Very
a couple
clearly
times.
Kingpin.
I feel like that's gonna be so interesting to just see that interaction on that ground level, especially when they bring in the other Netflix characters. Like we probably get a Jessica Jones back. Hopefully they do something with Iron Fist. I don't really need that guy back.
We can definitely take Colleen though.
Yes,
We'll take Colleen.
Yes,
out
I will.
Of there,
I
and
will
then
take her.
We'll take Luke Cage and Misty.
Yeah,
We'll take Misty.
I will
Oh,
take Misty
sexy ass Misty.
anywhere.
Oh, man,
just
Misty.
if you listen to this,
Girl, we love you, Misty. Oh my god.
just you know what I mean.
Damn, girl. All right, let's get back to
let's
Hawkeye,
focus.
man.
Let's focus.
Fuck
Let's
it.
focus.
Fuck it. Yeah, Kingpin though
yeah.
is a real one. The nigga will beat anybody's ass. I'm
Calmly,
scared. I'm very scared because the nigga's actually gigantic in real life. So I'm scared.
And
that shit is crazy.
I really do enjoy Vincent's enthusiasm for the character.
Yes.
He was hinting about this shit for weeks.
He was like, "Wow, my favorite series, Hawkeye."
Yeah, and I feel like we all saw it on Twitter. I was like, "Huh,
nigga, what are you
talking
saying
about?
this?
Yeah, like where's
What
this
do you
coming
mean
from?
by that?
Yeah, like what does that mean exactly?
Yo, that shit is hilarious. It was like almost like watching Andrew Garfield like pretend like he
wasn't going to be in the movie. Yeah.
That shit is like fucking hilarious. But I love it. Like I actually do like the enthusiasm. I also like that Marvel, they're not trying to just stay in the Mickey Mouse era.
Yeah.
Where it's just like
they're branching
we're gonna
out.
try
They're
to
branching
get
out.
like they are still making as much money as possible. But it seems now like even Kevin Feige and them are trying hard. It's like, let's make these movies a little bit more mature. Let's make them make a little bit more sense. Let's make them actual movies.
Because you have to kind of grow with your audience. You figure like what worked 10 years ago with Iron Man, like that was 10 years ago. Like everyone's aged 10 years since then.
Shit is
so
different.
You gotta
shit is
you
the
know what I
future.
mean? Exactly. So
Like yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna give you. I think I got like one more question for you.
Okay.
Where does this rank in your Disney Plus series amongst all of them? In case you forgot, there's Loki, Winter Soldier, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision. If you want, you could throw in What If, but that's kind of like animated.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier is my least favorite.
Okay.
I think Hawkeye is my favorite. Is number one. And I think number two is Loki. And I think number three is
WandaVision.
WandaVision.
Okay. I mean, that's
and then it's Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Is there another show I'm missing?
no.
No, that's it. Yeah.
So-
So my favorite is Hawkeye. My
Yeah.
second favorite is Loki. My third favorite is WandaVision. And my last is Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
So my only switch to that is Hawkeye's definitely number one for me. I thought that was a great series, especially for a grounded hero. It didn't take much super special effects to pull off. Second, I would put WandaVision. I like when it came over to like the more current time. I understood why they did the episodes that they did in the earlier part of the show. It made sense by the time we made it to the end. Like, oh shit, that was why, because they had her whole mind twisted or whatever. So it made sense. So for me, I really like that. And Agnes and all that shit. Like, I really fuck with all that. Third, I would probably put Loki, and then fourth, Sam Cap, only because he didn't really have a villain. I feel like they suffered. I think we talked about it. They suffered from the COVID shit. They couldn't do the virus thing. It was just too on the nose at the time.
They also suffered from Marvel syndrome, man.
Yeah. So
Marvel does this thing where they're just like, we probably don't have to give them villains because people are here for the heroes anyway. And that's a problem because niggas, you need
a
actual antagonists
that
makes whatever you're doing make sense.
Right.
And Marvel has like a problem with that. I mean, they've been fixing it recently. But when we get to the Eternals episode, fuck, I got something to talk about that shit. Whoa.
So I thought it was in that order. It made sense. I feel like if it was more of what they gave us in the first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, when he was just wilding with the wings, like just bugging the fuck out, I feel like it would have been a harder series. But like I said, I did read that they had to cut a lot of shit because it was just like too on the nose with COVID. And if someone's gonna do like some shit where it's just like touching a touchy subject like that at the current time when it was like 500,000 people died, it would not be Disney. Like Mickey Mouse would not allow that shit to air. Like that would never happen. So, unfortunately, I got to give it last place. But whatever. You gave me a rating in the beginning. You said it was a 3.8 for Hawkeye. Lightning bolts. I'm just gonna give it the full 4. Honestly, like, it's not a perfect series, but I enjoyed this shit a lot. Like,
I could agree with it 4.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it a lot. So I give it a strong 4 out of 5. So yeah, I mean, I think we're about done. You got any worthies for me?
My worthy would be Yelena, Kate Bishop, Kingpin, Echo, Clint Barton,
Okay.
Grills, Pizza Dog, the Barton family.
Whole cast.
Not really the whole cast, because there was some misses, man, and that's why I kind of gave it the 3.8. But I'll give it a 4. Oh, I very much enjoy, even though other people probably didn't. I very much enjoyed the Sweatsuit Boys, like those little whack ass villains that they threw in there just to kind of throw us off.
Yeah,
like, I could that's another reason why I like the show a lot, right? Because I feel like they kind of learned from the Falcon and Winter Soldier mistake, where it was like a little group of niggas that was the villains.
Yeah,
and they was like, "Hey, look, it's the Sweatsuit Boys, nigga." Like, and psych, nigga, Kingpin, nigga, the fuck is you talking about?
Right.
Yeah, so that's worthy.
They still need to take more chances.
That's a fact. I agree. That's a big fact.
No,
that's why I gave it a 3.8. Also, because they could have did a little bit more.
They're too like PC with it. They're trying to.
Yeah, I mean, it's Disney, man. It's the mouse. The mouse got them in a fucking headlock right now.
That's a fact.
They trying to get out of it though. Hopefully they do.
I'll save my my super harsh criticisms for the next round of shows. I want to see what they do.
Big facts. I'm
Do
waiting
you
on
think
Moon Knight.
DC should own them though?
Own who?
Own those characters and stuff like that.
Which
Just because
characters?
how they do the whole Marvel thing. Do you think they should like own that? Honestly.
What you mean?
What
Like
do you mean?
Disney should own
Like,
DC?
Yeah, like that whole thing. Like, do you,
Another
I did-
company should absorb them
I think
because
I don't think they should do
WB owns DC
Yeah.
and WB's not doing a good job.
So no,
So-
like if we're having a conversation about should DC be moved to like another company?
should be moved
Yes.
somewhere.
Yes, I think
100%.
so. I 100%
Okay,
agree
so you
with
agree
that.
then?
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
I don't know if I would
Because
want.
WB is not doing a good job.
Yeah.
So yes,
it's too like
they're doing whatever and they have no
Exactly.
structure. So
I do feel like I said, somebody else should own it. I don't know if I feel like Disney should own it, but I do feel like if Disney did own it, they would be very faithful to the comics. like with the characters. Like we
They-
would get a
Disney
full
can't own it,
Superman.
though,
Even Disney
because
is still
then-
too like
Yeah,
they,
they
they're not
too
they're
child
not
friendly.
pushing
No, well,
it.
that's what I'm saying. Like I do feel like
Even with the shit they have, I think they shouldn't.
I-
Have that stuff.
no,
Or they
what
should
I'm-
create something else so that they don't have to have the Disney.
I feel like
label
they
on it.
need. That's what I was
The
gonna say.
Disney
I
label
feel
is
like
what makes it
the
terrible.
Disney needs to immediately figure out an adult subsidiary.
Yeah,
where they
please.
can do adult shit.
Please.
Because when they was talking about that rated R shit,
So I'm
that-
gonna tell
in the
you- I'm gonna
future,
tell you-
that
I'm gonna-
needs to happen immediately.
So basically, what you're saying is, I feel like they should use Hulu more
Facts.
because
Big
Hulu
facts.
is Disney, and what they did with Hitmonkey was definitely not
amazing.
Disney. That
It
shit
was
was
Marvel,
violent.
yeah.
Like
And it
that
was
was
violent
very
as fuck.
fucking violent, and animated all that shit, and that's definitely under the Disney umbrella.
So I'm just.
So if they took
need
all
to-
the series
need to
and they
do
did that on
a
Hulu,
subsidiary, an adult subsidiary, where they can, cause only TV shows is not enough. Cause nigga, I don't want to really watch a PG-13 Blade.
Because Disney's evolved
You get what I'm
over
saying?
years. It's not just a kid channel no more.
You get what I'm
It's
saying?
Well, that's
They-
what I'm
yeah.
saying.
Just
They have fucking Mandalorian and all this extra shit. Like nigga, y'all need to, for real, like, put your foot down and get this money, nigga.
so
That's how you get this
so
money.
I'm gonna say I feel like we're leaning towards what I feel like they've had to have conversations about this because
Of course,
if
'Cause
you
Kevin Feige
if,
talks about how he fights with
and-
niggas about the rated
and
R.
if you factor in these
it's not
niggas
even
absorb
rated R, bro. It's
They-
not rated R.
if you think about the
It's
fact
TV, MA, like this for mature audiences.
No,
that's
I
fine,
know, but he's saying he was fighting for rated R in Disney, so
So
you know they're
full
not
on-
even trying to do some shit. They really fighting against him on that shit.
so
Say what you're saying?
what I'm saying is I feel like the conversation that we're having is something that they've at least talked about because you can't absorb Deadpool into your universe and make this nigga fully PG-13.
Yeah, that's some fucking whack shit.
Like you have to find an MA at least.
Stupid
Like you have to
ass
find a
shit.
balance because it's just not gonna work. So I do feel like that's something they're at least thinking about because they haven't said anything about Deadpool yet. Like, so whatever they're planning to like do with him, I feel like they know it can't just be PG-13. It's just
That's
not
a
gonna
fact.
work. Like it's
Hey,
you
we'll
have to
see.
let
I
certain
don't know.
jokes off that it's just not gonna be Disney approved. It's not gonna be Mickey House.
I don't trust them honestly. I really don't.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like they'll.
we'll see,
Yeah, I feel like.
but I don't trust him.
I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt because it's
for
fighting.
now, but
He
like,
hasn't
we'll see.
disappointed me so far, and I feel like whatever they do with Deadpool, they know it just cannot be fully PG-13. It'll never work. It'll just never work. It'll feel corny. Like it's just not gonna work. So I don't know. I feel like that's definitely a conversation we can have for like a full
Yeah,
fucking
facts,
episode.
facts.
All right, let me do my worthies really quick. First worthy is definitely Netflix. And that is because they made the perfect casting for those Marvel shows that we're now going to get into the MCU.
Facts.
Like, that dude is literally... Charlie Cox is the perfect Daredevil.
yeah,
Like, they knew that to the point where they just could not replace him. They didn't recast him. They just brought this nigga in. Like, they knew... Like, it's kind of like what they did with Spider-Man. They could have easily took Andrew Garfield. Like, he was already in Spider-Man 2 at that point. And they were like, no, we're recasting. And these niggas saw the Daredevil show was like, yeah, we're just gonna keep him, keep Kingpin, just bring all these niggas under our umbrella. And it was just like, I had to give Netflix props for that.
Hey, Netflix.
yeah, facts.
Nah, they'd have to buy
They would
Netflix,
have
bro.
to buy Netflix.
They were beefing with them
Netflix
niggas.
does such a good job though. Come on.
They do.
Yeah, no, they do a good job, but they would have to sell the rights back to them, and they just got
facts.
the rights back.
I mean,
So
I
they're
guess
they're
they could
not going to
share
do
it.
that.
They can literally
They could
it.
share the
It wouldn't
rights,
be a
but
problem.
they're not.
I mean,
they're not gonna want
They
to.
could, but at the same time, if you're
They
Disney,
assholes,
if
man.
it not like think about it, if you're Disney, it's like, all right, why would I give you half of the money if I have my own streaming service?
True.
Okay, you have your own streaming
They
service.
want their streaming service.
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't have to put it on their streaming service. You just need the Netflix. Like you just need Netflix to be a part of it so that they can actually have it be something more than just a PG-13
Yeah.
type of shit.
Well, that's why I said they
can
should put this shit
produce
on
it more than anything.
That's why I said they should just put this shit on Hulu, because they have violent shit on Hulu, and Hulu belongs to Disney. It's part of like their little package deal when you buy fucking.
Hulu does what is Hulu? Hulu has
Hitmonkey.
Hitmonkey. They also do HBO Max. They do
Yeah,
all
they
these
do
other
mad
type of
other
shit like
shit,
that.
yeah.
Like there's so many options.
So that's what I'm
for
saying.
them
Like
to
they
go to,
they
but
can
yet
do
they
the
choose to
violence,
do,
but
like,
It's weird. Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. That's
yeah.
their model. I guess it works for them money wise, so they're just like, fuck it.
Yeah. You're worthies. You're worthy. Finish your worthies.
All right. One more. My other worthy is, even though this is kind of going against what we just said, it's kind of fan service. Honestly, like when you think of Spider-Man No Way Home, like they made that shit happen.
Fan service is lit.
They knew that people love Daredevil so much, they put him in the movie. He's gonna be a part of the universe. We got Kingpin throwing fucking Kate around like a rag doll. Like fan service. Like I feel like they do listen. At least Feige listens on some fucking level, because they don't have to do this shit, because Warner Brothers didn't do any of that shit. Like they just did whatever the fuck they want. It didn't work, but they did whatever the fuck they want. So I do feel like on some level they listen. Maybe not.
Feige listens.
Yeah, Feige listens.
They'll never pull a Sonic.
Yeah, nah. They
nah.
won't. Feige that be listening.
Nah, I do feel like he definitely listens, and that's what keeps them afloat. Because if you don't have Feige, I feel like they're just Warner Brothers.
Yo, shouts out Sonic for pulling the Sonic and getting better.
Nigga. Shout out to online bullying, because we literally bully that shit into like the Sonic that we have.
When you take criticism and you work
use
on your
it,
shit and you fucking make it better, nigga, you get the applause, nigga. Because this second shit look like it's gonna be
that shit look hard, son.
Yeah, man. Hopefully they do.
Hopefully, right? Facts.
So, yeah, I mean that's my last worthy. Gas, you want to throw something in there before we wrap?
Nah, that's it. I just want them to do better and stop being so fucking PC with everything. Trying to make it so child friendly. I feel you, but damn, there's mad people in this world. You gotta try to cater to everyone. So
that's a fact.
That's fair. That's mad fair.
All right. So this has been another issue of the Mighty Metahumans, providing you with that high quality nerd commentary. Subscribe, leave a review, tell a friend. You can find the brand. Now, I mean, you can find us at the Mighty Metas on Twitter and Instagram. Type the name in on YouTube. Check out the fucking videos. Now, I mean, you can find me personally at Old Dirty Dennis on all social media sites. You can find my man Colton.
You can find me on Twitter at the Colton Show 2_.
The Colton Show.
And you can find me on every other social media as the Colton Show. I'm on Twitch, twitch.tv/the Colton Show, and I have a website, thecoltonshow.com.
Buy his merch.
Come join, man.
So send us home, bro. Give us a quote.
Vanessa. Kingpin.
Yo, we out.